Good morning, my beloveds. How are you? Happy Saturday morning to you. Let's talk Ready to Love season 2, episode 8. I believe this is episode 8. Episode 9 comes on tonight, and then episode 10 is the reunion. I know we're all confused about which episode it is, but I think that's how it is. It goes. So, this is just a review and a chat because I just want to know what kind of show is some of my beloveds watching? Probably not you guys, but my Facebook friends, because I don't understand why, for the life of me, people is saying, "Oh, Alexis is mad because London didn't choose him, didn't choose her." Hello, London didn't have a choice. Alexis moved on to Brent. That's why she had to move on to Divine, and he still left the cabin and still didn't choose Divine. Can we please talk about that? Welcome back to Church Girls. My name is Janice. Please be sure to thumbs up. Share this out if you can. I'm having oatmeal. I just made my oatmeal for my little one. Marvina, good morning, my darling. How are you? I think, did I respond to your email? If not, I just did my Bible reading on Bible Girls, so please be sure to check the Bible Girl channel. I'll link it below. So yeah, I'm like, well, what? Wait a minute. What kind of show is people watching to think that a London chose Divine over Alexis? No, Alexis moved on to Brent, so to Brent, so London didn't have a choice but to choose Divine. He left the cabin and didn't even choose her, and he hasn't slept in 3 days, and you haven't picked up the phone and called her, and you're surprised she's calling you. And Divine is so desperate. You think after all that London did at the barn fire, got up, left Divine, go interrupt Brett and Alexis to talk to Alexis, after all that, and you still gonna talk about I've invested a lot within you? She's a thought pocket. Divine is a typical desperate woman, thought pocket, as London called them, who will do anything for a man. She's the type of woman that will work 10 jobs to keep a man so he could stay home and watch TV and play video games. And that's the type of woman that London doesn't need. And I believe Alexis when she said London said Divine makes it too easy for him. I believe him. London, he's competitive. He is the type of man that has to work for what he wants. He has said in with his own mouth, Divine has been his ride or die from day one. If she's been your ride and die from day one, why haven't you chosen her? Why did you allow her to go throughout this whole season questioning where she stands with you, London, if she's your ride or die? That's because you don't want a ride or die. London don't need a ride or die. Divine is the type of woman that London doesn't want. She's the ride or die. She's the thought pocket he talks about. That's what he's attracting. London needs a woman like Alexis that he has to work for. He has to put some work in to get Alexis. Marvina said, I fell and hurt my knee, a lot of pain. I will get caught up on your. Oh, my Lord, Marvina, I'm so sorry. Did you go to the hospital? Did you at least go see your doctor? Hi, Michael. Did you finish your oatmeal? Michael. Yes, Michael. You can't come over here. No. Hi, Michael. Ask Daddy. Daddy needs to open the big can of applesauce. I can't open it. Yes, I went to the doctor and I. Okay. Where? Candle. No, you can't. At least not now. Go see Daddy. Go see the father. Yes, my beloveds. And I think a lot of women hate Alexis because they're like Divine. Most women are like Divine. Thought pockets. Ride or die chicks. Do anything. Hello. Hello. 23 types of man you might meet on social media is available on my blog and on Amazon. Learning about the different types of things. Stay over there because you don't have a choice. Okay, later. I'll clean it later. You're not going to see your teacher till Monday. Bring the wipes for me. And I really do believe if Alexis did not spend the night with Brent, London would have picked up choosing her. Because remember when he said she spent the night with Brent. Oh no, no. Mind you, he was over there sharing, swapping spit with Divine with the strawberry and the whipped cream. But Alexis spent a night with Brent. I guess he's assuming something happened. Do y'all think Brent and Alexis got the busy going on? Go upstairs with Daddy. Mike. I really believe if Alexis did not spend the night with Brent or say she spent the night with Brent, London would have chosen her. Yes, Mario said London said he has a deeper connection with Divine. Of course she did. She allowed him to go real deep with the strawberry and the whipped cream. See, this is what I'm talking about. Thotpocket. Right or die. We'll do anything, everything. Remember when London. Okay. When London, when London was over there at Divine, where she was slapping, spit, feeding him strawberry and whipped cream, how she was, well, you need to break up with her. You need to choose me. I'm the only girlfriend you have here. Ride or die. You don't tell the man who to choose. You allow him to make up his mind by himself. Hi. Remember how she was trying to get London to choose her over, like, break up with her. I'm the only girlfriend you have here. Ride or die chicks. That's what they do. They don't allow the man to choose them by his own free will. They do all these things, play all these games, swing on the chandeliers, wash, cook, sex him up, bend over, do all kind of stuff so she could prove to him that she is wife material versus just being you. Marvina said, I still think Londa will call Alexis when the show's. I think so too. Now, I have said from day one that I don't believe Alexis guy is there, but the best choice for her while she's there is London. Because Divine is the type of woman he's been talking about. All he attract is thought pockets, aka ride or die chicks. Divine. She's typical. So I don't understand, and I need somebody to please explain this to me. Where do we get this London chose Divine over Alexis? No, he didn't. Alexis was gone. Hello, did y'all not see how he ran after her through the whole show, even when he was in the kitchen? Remember that time when they had the barbecue? And Divine was being thought pocket, stabbing the night, talking about, I heard you have a with Alexis. He left her and went and got back in the pool with Alexis. So this idea that he chose Divine over Alexis, lies, 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 lies. Watch it again. Alexis moved on. Remember when he came to talk to her with Brett, and they had that little thing, and Brett is like, "Just don't disrespect me." Alexis was like, "It's okay. You know what? It's okay. It's okay." And she left him standing there. Men like that. That's how you have to be. You can't be like Divine. Plus, she ain't gonna want to have no kids. London don't have any babies. Marvina said, "I may enjoy the ride, but I am not dying for a man." She's a bad pocket. Ride or die. That's what they do. And I don't understand why some people don't believe that London made that three-way call. I believe it. Why don't y'all believe it? Marvina said you are right. Alexis told him she was done. So there was no competition. And we all thought Divine was done. And then she met up and talked about, you make me there. I've invested so much in your thought pocket. Ride or die chicks say that. Invested so much in him. Is he your son? You just know this man for 6 weeks. You've invested. If Divine was done, why didn't she cancel out herself? Like I was saying, I do believe the phone call. London is that childish. Well, I'm gonna prove it to you because remember when uh when Divine insisted on London choosing her, and she said, "Well, if you had to choose today, which one would I be?" And he said, "You'd be my ride or die, so it would be you." The next time when they met their family and friends, when Divine was like, "Well, you said it would be me," and London said, "No, I didn't." Then they had to bring up the video that showed that he did say that. So I think Divine was boasting that, oh, London say it's me, and so Alexis went back and told London what Divine said, and London said, "Okay, I'm gonna prove it to you that I didn't say that. I'm gonna call her on three-way." I believe it. He already said he didn't say that. Did he not say on camera he didn't say that? And we know he already told Divine that he would choose her. And I don't think he would choose her. I think he was just telling her that I would choose her to shut her up. Thought pockets, ride or die. I have a new book coming out soon about women like that. Marvina said, I hope Darren doesn't break Ashima heart. I owe Darren. I am so disappointed in Darren. But you know what? That's what my book is about. 23 types of guys you might meet on social media is getting to know these men before you get involved. Getting to know them before we get all emotionally involved and make sure they're invested. Because did y'all hear what he said talking about? I'm glad she took accountability. Are you kidding me? He said Darren said he was glad Ashima took accountability, and that's all she wanted. He wanted. I think Ashima. I love Ashima, not as much as I love Alexis, but I think Ashima. I think Ashima might put up with Darren antics because she can't find nobody's. I'm covering up my feet. Oh, my foot is cold. Because she can't find anybody else. And I've known many women who put up with a whole lot of men and their crap because they can't find anybody else. And so they have a connection with this guy and they'll put up with him because they can't find anybody else. And I think that's what's going to happen with Ashima. I hope she will walk away because I don't like how Darren is talking to her. Stay in your lane and all this bull crap. How do you tell a grown woman to stay in her lane? And let's not forget what he did with the dog. Three types of guys you might meet on social media. If you care about a woman and you know she's afraid of dogs, why would you be opening the door with the dogs, meeting the woman that is afraid of dogs and having them all in her face? Somebody who really cares about you would say, you know what, she's afraid of dogs. Let me put the dogs in another room or outside or whatever. And then you slowly try to warm her up to the dogs. You can tell that Ashima has a genuine fear of the dogs. Marvina said he made me mad when he said that. She is so sweet and deserves it. She is. She is so sweet. And you know, she's like that girlfriend you have who is really, really sweet, who's a really, really nice person, but they can't meet somebody. And I'm gonna this week, this week, this whole week, I'm gonna be talking about each woman and maybe the men. Because I think Ashima and Christina, as I have always said, had the same problem. They don't know how to leave their what they do for a living. And you have to leave that when you're dealing with men. Okay, and I think that's why a lot of the guys said they saw her as the girlfriend, the girl. I can't wait till I get my book. I need to order The Naked Wife. Hold on. Mike, did you mail out that book? Where's the book, Michael? It's not there. I left it right on the thing for you to mail. Marvina, I'm gonna go out today, mail your book. He didn't mail it. Child. I left it on the stuff for him to mail it. He said I didn't ask him to mail it. And I know I did. Okay. I know I did. I was like, Michael, please, there's this book here. I wrote it, I left it on the stuff. Michael, please drop this in the mail for me. I'm gonna go out today, mail your book, girl. You and somebody else I have to mail that book. Okay. Now with Reva and Mario and Tandy, I think Mario and Tandy is doing stuff. I'm glad that Reva took herself out because there was nobody else that was interested in her. And Maria only became interested in her at the cookout when she had her legs wrapped around him. I'm sure he was interested. But did y'all catch the hint when Tanya said, "Child, even if she didn't remove herself, I wasn't even worried." And she picks up her drink. She was sipping. She said, "Child, I wasn't even worried, child." You know what that means, Marvina. So I'm glad she took herself out and not be embarrassed. You know what? Another thing I didn't like, I didn't like that Brent told Divine that he was just going to pursue Alexis because they all wanted Alexis from day one. Because remember last week before, he was rubbing when they went out to lunch, he was running Divine's foot. And I heard in the YouTube streets from some of my other sister reviewers that from my twisted life, look her, she is funny as heck. I really enjoy her. There's only two sister reviews I listened to, My Twisted Life and Talisa Ray. Those are the two ladies I love them. Make sure. Um, but my twisted life said, yeah, Talisa Ray. I watch her. Me and her. We also review Married at First Sight. Um, and my twisted life. My twisted life said, uh, she uh she spoke to Brent, I believe, or on Twitter. I have to get on Twitter. I have to do better with Twitter. But anyways, that Brent said he did go on dates with his ex girlfriends, but they didn't show that because they made it seem as if. Remember when he went out with Divine, he said I invited a friend or something, ex girlfriend or friend, but she wasn't able to make it, so she's going out with Divine. He's made, and I said, and I stand corrected that I know he wasn't gonna have anybody show up. So on the show, he didn't have anybody show up, but in real life, one of his or two of his exes or whoever showed up for him. But of course they didn't show that. So remember when he went out with Divine and he was rubbing, she's just so Divine is just so typical, child. She's just the typical ride or die chick. It's just like she's like one of those women who need my book desperately. Okay. When she's flirting with him and well, what kind of uh close contact and all this crap. So I think Divine thought she was in with Brent until Brent said, I'm just going to pursue Alexis. Now, remember when Alexis went out with Brent, Alexis was like, you know what? He's not aggressive enough. That's what I'm talking about. A woman likes a man to be aggressive. Pursue me. Do what you need to do to have me, to prove to me that you're worthy of having me. This is why Brett, Divine in London is not going to work out because she's the thought pocket and she's the ride or die. And Brett told her at the cabin the first night that, listen, I'm just going to pursue Alexis. Now, I respect him doing that. He was really into her and they kissed. I don't know how that happened in the kitchen, but then they spent the night together, child. I don't know what happened. I guess we need to ask the other girls, did they hear the bed moving? Oh, my Lord. Marvina said, I didn't see a connection between Maria and Riva. She had on blue nail polish tonight. She told Maria she was leaving. Oh, I didn't see that. Word on the street. But did he know he don't? I don't think he knew. I don't think she knew he doesn't like blue nail polish. He's from Condi. And today they're going to meet the family. Okay, today they're going to meet the fam. I think I might. I don't know if I want to come back and do a review about them meeting the family. I don't know. I got so much stuff to do today. But yeah, I didn't see a connection between Maria and Riva, but apparently Maria saw something in that pool with her legs wrapped around him while she had on a bathing suit. But I also think that Riva is the type of woman Mario needs or wants. But Tanda is the girl that he can just, have fun with and they can drink and swear together. But if he's Mary's going to the White House, he's gonna call Riva because Riva knows how to be presentable and be in a certain environment. And I just think Tandy don't have that kind of ability. Okay. Can you imagine if the barbecue was at one of Mario's customers' home and Tandy's talk about, I'm the squirter? No, in all fairness, she did say, I'm the squirter. Because he said, who's squirting me? And she said, I am the squirter. But we already know, girls, when we say we was squirt, how the men get all big eyed and okay. So I really respect Reva for taking herself out of this conversation, out of this situation. Darren, he went home because his father had a heart attack. Someone said the news wasn't good in the last video. I'm not going to say it, but the news was not good. So we will see. Hopefully he pulled through. We're praying for him and his family and pray for the soul of his father, if he transitioned. Um, but did you guys, in the reviews that I did about this upcoming show? No, I'm hot. I need to crack my window. Um, did you see when Tommy was asking Ashima if Darren is away this week? She was like, "Yeah, I miss him." Did you guys see when Tommy asked Ashima if she found a soulmate? Why he made it sound as if did she find a soulmate this week, because we know Darren is not there. So why you asking, did she find a soulmate, or is she asking her, do you think you found a soulmate in Darren? Do you think that's what he was saying? And then somebody said Ashima and Darren is not going to be a part of the top three because Darren is away with his family. But I don't know why Tommy would use that against them. We all knew that Ashima and Darren was going to make it to the top three. We all knew that throughout the whole season, except that time when he was acting all crazy. We almost got on the plane to go see about him. Somebody said that Darren and Ashima is not going to make it to the top three because Darren is not there because of his father. But I don't know why Tommy would use that against them. It's not his fault that he's not there. If he has death in the sickness in the family or something happened to your family, you have to go see about your family. So I don't know. Did you guys hear that? Was it Reva or Divine that Carrie had words with about Cat Daddy or something? Reva, Marvina. And I think Reva and Carrie would have made a good couple because they're older. Cat Daddy, aka Carrie, is 51, even though he acts older than that. I have my book up here. Let me see. Y'all see all my Christmas decorations. Carrie is 51. He act older than that child. He acts so old. And 51 is not that old. I'm 42. If I was single, I could. I don't know. That's kind of old. Even though my husband is in his early 50s, but I was 34. He was in his mid 40s. So Carrie's 51. Carrie's 51, acts old as dirt, talk old, dress old, walk old. Reva is 43. Ooh, Reva me is the same age, child. I don't know, but I'm seeing these people in their 40s and I'm wondering, do I look that old? Because some of these 40-year-olds and 42-year-olds, they look like they're 60. And I'm like, do I look that old? Oh, not. Thumbs up, guys. Thank you for those thumbs up. I appreciate it. Marvin said, "You are right. I think Carrie and Reva would have made a good couple." I think so too. And I think Reva, when he sent that message about his in the heat of passion, what would you call me? And I think that turned her off. However, Reva opened the door for Carrie to ask her that. Remember? And she was like how she burned pressure or whatever, church, shooting around, and a good come. Did she not say that? So that means you opened the door for him to say in the heat of passion, what would you call my name? Marvina, you look good. You have great skin. Thank you, girl. I try to care for the skin, girl. I try to care for the skin. I wanted to get a little bit of Botox right here, but my doctor was like, girl, get out of my office. I told my doctor. She was like, and she's been my doctor since I was 60 years old. My primary care doctor. I love her to life. I was like, I'm thinking about getting me a little Botox right here. She was like, Botox? But no, no, I get no Botox. Okay. I don't believe in any kind of surgical, no kind of cutting or nothing unless it's medically necessary. No injections, no nothing. With the exception if it is medically necessary. Even though I've always wanted a little bit more right here. But after I had the baby, my little one, and I nursed him for 4 years, 3.5, 4 years. I'm okay now. But no, I do need to drink more water, Marvina. I really need to drink more water. I'm not drinking enough water, and I need to start working out, walking. I don't working out, just sound hard. Just sound like labor. But I walk. I walk halfway to work. I walk halfway home, or just walk sometimes. Yeah. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen tonight. I might come on and do the because I saw another clip that I want to talk about. Why do I feel as if Brent is going to leave Alexa standing? Because he said, I'm not number two, and I won't be number two. However, I feel as if Brent need to understand that this is his fault. You've always been in Alexis, but you never pursued her. We didn't see him pursuing her, calling her and texting her. They went out on one date. He flopped on the date. And you get all the way down to episode 8, and you want to pursue Alexis in episode 8. By episode 8, you should have already been booed up. Excuse me. So, of course, you're number 2 on episode 8, Brent, dummy. Of course. Now, if you was at episode 5 and you're saying you're still number 2, then I would understand. But episode 8, the show is over. No. Episode 9. You made a decision about Alexis in episode 8. And in episode 9, you're going to be saying, I'm not number 2. I'll never be number 2. So I feel as if, from the clip that I saw, that I feel as if Brent is going to leave Alexa standing because he said, I'm not number 2. I can't be number 2. Well, whose fault is that? That's nobody's fault but yours, Brent. Okay. Nobody's fault. You didn't pursue her. So, of course, you're number 2. Matter of fact, you're not even number 2. You're number, let's see, Alexis. There was the one I can't stand, the one I can't remember his name. I can't stand his ghetto behind. Jimmy. Get tell, little boy. There was Jimmy. Marvina said, yes, Brent waited until the last minute. Yeah, too late. For Alexa, who liked Alexis? Jimmy. Carrie. Let me go over the list. Liked Alexis. Brent, but he's the last one. Carrie. Terrell. You know the bald-headed guy? No. Terrell was the preacher's kid. Michael. London is the number one. London is number one. And now all the way episode 8, you want to talk about you want to pursue Alexis. It's too late. Of course you're going to be number 2 after all those men. All the men wanted her. All the men were interested in Alexis with the exception of Darren and Mario. Everybody else liked her. So now at episode 8, you want to talk about, oh, I'm gonna pursue Alexis. It's too late. You should be pursuing her. But Brent is the guy that wants to be pursued. Okay, there are different types of guys out here. I'm trying to tell y'all. Brent is the guy that wants to be pursued and ran down and ran after, but but he want you to run after him, pursue him, but he want you to think that he's the one pursuing you, running after you. Because remember with Angie, he was talking to Angie. He said he will not be rushed. And then when Aisha came on strong like Divine, he was like, man, And you see, Alexis didn't pay him no attention. They went out on one date. He flopped. Excuse me. He flopped, and that was it. Alexis with Brent. I'm not mad. It says my connection had went in and out. So what I said was, I'm not mad at Alexis for leaving London and throwing her cards with Brent. I'm not mad. And if Divine had any kind of sense, she would have pulled out, and then London would have been sent home. And initially, right, when Tommy was talking to the guys, Tommy was like, "Who's the weakest couple?" And they all said Brent and Alexis. But when Tommy was talking to the ladies, they was asking about which guy should be sent home, which is London. So I was a little bit confused of that. So in episode 9, are you going to be sending home the weakest couple, or are you going to do it the way you've been doing it all season of sending home London, the next guy to go home, since Reva sent herself home in episode 8, somebody needs to go home in episode 9. Or is two people going to go home in episode 9, which would be a couple. I guess that's the way it is. So I think they're going to send home Alexis and Brent. Because Mario is throwing in his cards for London and Divine. I'm sure Darren and Ashima. I think Darren and Ashima will go for Alexis because Ashima is really close with Alexis, but we don't know how Darren and London's relationship is. I think Darren is going to go for London because they don't like Brent. Brent is the pretty boy, He's the pretty boy. They don't like pretty boys. I don't like him either. Salt and pepper. So I'm interested to see how this is going to happen. Because Tommy asked 2 different questions. Who was the weakest couple to the guys, which was Brent and Alexis. And then to the ladies, he asked which guy should go home. And all the ladies said 3 out of the Alexis, Ashima, Tandy said London should go home. And I think he should go home. That would be that would make me feel really good, and a slap in his face. And throw pissing in face. Like a throw pissing in face. Just throw the pissing at the boy face. I don't know if y'all understood what I just said. But I'm ready for him to go home. London needs to be sent home because he drugged this out. Episode 8, you still didn't make a decision, and only made a decision after Alexis left you, and 3 days later you haven't slept. And you're finally making a decision for Divine because Alexis is gone. Come on. Marvina, I don't think they sent her home. She was dressed up waiting for Brent. Right. She was dressed up sending for Brent, but she was just standing there like, where is Brent? And Brent said, I'm not number 2. I'm not going to be number 2. So what that means? Do you think he's going to cancel himself out, which would leave Alexis standing there? I got to change my my table towel for Christmas. This is my tablecloth for Thanksgiving. It's rust. It looks red, but it's not. It's rust. So I got my other tablecloth over here. I'm going to change for Christmas. So what do you think that means? No, this is red. Red rust. Oh, now you can really see the difference, right? Red rust. My Christmas tablecloth. My Christmas thingies. So I'm gonna decorate my table for Christmas. I already did the house, and we're kind of slow on the Christmas tree, but my daughter's not here, so we have to wait for her to be here to do the Christmas tree. So what do you guys think? Do you think Alexis will be left standing there, or you think Brent is going to show up for her? Also, in the meantime, I want to remind you guys of my Bible Girl channel. I did my January 4th lesson today, this morning, and I'm gonna try to do another 2 or 3 this weekend. Because when January gets here, I want us to be ready. I want to have the lessons there. I don't want to be rushing to get lessons done. I want to do it correctly and properly. And then you guys know I'm writing. I'm behind on my writing. So if I have 3 weeks to a month, today's the 15th, today's the 14th. I'm going to try to have the whole month of January up by January 1st so that you guys can pick and choose. All right. He will look like an ad if he left her. I heard through the grapevine last week that they've been spotted in Atlanta in clubs dancing, giving it up. So we shall see. So I'm listing my Bible Girl channel below, and the lesson January 4th lesson. This is January 4th lesson for if you want to catch up on the lessons. What my new okay, so here's my struggle. Okay, I'm a writer, so I have tons of books to release. Some of them already written, some of them I just need to tweak. So my next book I was gonna write about the woman version of this. That was what book my other book was gonna be, was the woman version of this, but I decided not to. I think I'm gonna do. It says your connection is unstable. Please wait while we try to reconnect it. I, I was going to do the woman version of this book, not as big, but I've decided not to. I am going to do a question and answer book. And it was supposed to be available January 1st, but it's probably not going to be available. So I think but I'm going to try. I'm going to try. I think I can do it. But if not, it will be out on Valentine's Day for Valentine's Day week. All right, girls, guys, I'm going to run. The Bible Girl channel is right here. I linked it below. Studied the Bible with Bible Girl. I've listed January 4th lesson. We learned about, let me tell you guys what we learned about. Marvina, listen to that. We learned about where we came from. If you are from If you are, we learned about the three sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and we learned about where we came from. So, people of color, we came from Ham. People of color came from Ham. But I want y'all to listen to this lesson now. I'm gonna tell y'all who your great 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 granddaddy is. But I need y'all to watch this video. Okay. People of color came from Ham, and then I'm gonna go because I have to come back and teach January 5th class later. Okay. So Shem, Asia, Asia. Hi, honey. Okay, I'll be up in a minute. Shem was actually the father of the nations of the Asian Near East, including the Israelites and the Jewish religion, and therefore Judaism, Islam, Christianity sprang from the line of Shem. Jesus came through the line of Shem. Okay, so Shem had 5 sons. Elam, the Persians settled northeast of the Persian Gulf. Assyrians, the biblical name for Assyria, settled between the Euphrates and the Tigris River. Arphaxad, the Babylonians settled in Chaldea. Lud, the Lydians settled in Asia Minor, but some of them sailed across the Mediterranean and settled in northern Africa. Okay, so if you came from one of those countries or you're from one of those, now your descendants, you came from Shem. Ham, Africa. Ham, Hebrew, hot or black, was Noah's second oldest son. Ham and his wife bore 4 sons who became the fathers of the nations of Africa. So all people of color, we came from Ham. 4 Hamitic nations, Hush, Ethiopian, settled in Ethiopia, south of the Egypt, also known in their history. Some of them migrated to north of the Persian Gulf. That's why we're all mixed up. Okay, that's why you will hear me say my Jewish brothers and sisters, we're all mixed up. We're all cousins and brothers and sisters and all. Cush, the Ethiopian, settled in Ethiopia, south of Egypt, who also early in their history, some of them migrated to an area north of the Persian Gulf. Mizraim, the Egyptian, the Bible name for Egypt, settled in northeast Africa. Put, the Libyan, sometimes translated Libya, settled in northern Africa. Canaan, the Canaanites, settled above Africa, east of the Mediterranean. So when you're reading in the Bible here, the Jebusites, the Hittites, the Canaanites, and all of them, those people came from Canaan, wicked people. Now, this thing really, I don't want to say blow my mind because it's been years since I actually studied this. But listen to Japheth. Japheth, people came from Europe. So if you're from Europe, your descendants are from Europe, then your great 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 grandfather was Japheth. Okay. Japheth, God will enlarge. God gave him a promise that God will enlarge his territory. Let me show you this, guys. The prophecy that Noah said, "May the Lord, the God of Shem, be blessed." That means Jesus is going to come through Shem. May God expand the territory of Japheth. May Japheth share the prosperity of Shem, and may Canaan be his servant. So listen, Noah's blessing. This is why I keep telling y'all, be careful what you say. Bless your children. Be careful of your children. Be careful of what you do. Noah's blessing to Japheth is that his territory be blessed. Territory. Now, Japheth people were the Europeans. Noah's blessing on Japheth was far reaching for all of his descendants being the European Caucasian nations that were mentioned in Genesis 10. The Japhethites were known for their intellectual activity. Intellectual activity. Okay? Let me read on. So he had 7 sons. Gomer, the Canaanites, settled north of the Black Spain and the British Isles. Who were the people who were going out and discovering new lands and new territory? These people, the Spain. And we know that America was not discovered because our native Indian brothers and sisters were already here. So you can't discover something that was already here. Okay. I know that's what they teach us, but we know the truth. Okay. But it's interesting that they had intellectual activity, and the Gomer occupied Germany, France, Spain, and the British Isles. His other son was Magog. The Cyprians live in north of the Caspian Sea. Mahdia the Maids settled in south of the Caspian Sea. Javan, the Loanians are Greeks. You heard about the Greeks? Javans is the Hebrew name. The Greeks, they settled in Greece. Tubal, the Turks, live south of the Black Sea. Miss Meshech, the Slavs, live between the Black and the Caspian Sea. Tyre is located where the west of the Black Sea. So there you go. Thank you, dear. I will watch them. Native Americans came from Shem. Uh, Shem, Shem, I think, Asia. Persian, Assyrian, Biblical, Indian. I, I think they came from Shem. Native American. I read something. I have all these paper on my table. Shem. Native Americans. I think the Native Americans came from Shem. Shem, Native Americans. I read that earlier. I read it, and I thought about Marvina. It specifically said Native Americans. I think they came from Shem. Native Americans came from Shem. Yeah, I think your people came through Shem. So Shem is the is where Jesus came through. But I'm gonna find it for you because I specifically saw it and I circled it and I thought about Marvin. But I have so many papers and I was trying to get through the lesson. But I'm gonna find it for you. But I know I saw Native Americans and I saw that I believe it said they came through Shem. Shem. Asia. Yeah, I think the Native Americans came through Shem. Your ancestors came through Shem. But I will find the specific quote for you. Okay? Because I have so many, I printed out so much stuff. Yes, me too, and I studied this years ago, but it's just interesting to go back and study all this stuff. Mm-hmm. I'll find it for you, Marvina. So I posted this January 4th lesson. January 4th lesson is posted. Well, this says Japheth. At the same time, the American Indian has long been a puzzle to many historians and genealogy. We should therefore ask ourselves, could there be a link between the American Indian and the biblical Tyrus, son of Japheth? No, I read something about Shem. Shem. This one says Japheth too. I'm going to find it. I remember reading it and circling it, but I have so much paper of the Native Americans. I have so many paper here, but I'm going to find it. Abraham. Let's see. Hi, Lex. Hi. You're having breakfast? What's that shirt you have on? Let me see. Okay. Okay. What you having for breakfast? My daughter's away from me. What are you having for breakfast? Okay. Did you sleep well? You brush your hair up? Okay. All right. Enjoy your breakfast. Call me later, okay? I love you. All right. Bye. Marvin, I'm gonna find that for you. I saw two things that said Jeppeth, but I'm sure I saw something that says Shem. So I'll definitely find that for you. But I remember seeing it and I circled it. But I have so many papers and I even have the maps of all the descendants and who came from who. I have a lot of it. But I'll find it for you and I'll get back to you, okay, boo boo? Um I'll find it for you. Cover one more time. Date. Let's get Brother Dakes up here. Maybe I read it in the Dakes. I read it somewhere. Indians. Native Indians. Son of Ham, son of Japheth. For you. I know I read it somewhere. All right, I'm gonna run. It's one. I've been on for an hour. I'm gonna run because I gotta come back on later. I'm gonna study January 5th. Come back, and I'm gonna have your answer, Marvina. I might have your answer. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Dare I say I'm gonna watch live tonight? Dare I say that? Should I even say that? We'll see what happens. But I'll definitely be back on Bible Girl channel. So be sure to watch the Bible Girl channel. Remember, I'm trying to get 4,000 hours. So Play the playlist. Play them while you're in your car. Or I love you, Marvina, and everybody else that's on. Marvina, what you doing today, girl? Rest yourself. Don't be overdoing too much. Don't be trying to do too much. Okay. What is who else is on? Please check those thumbs up. And what are y'all doing today? Oh, you're cooking. Oh, that's nice. I'm still trying to find your answer, girl, but I know I saw it in one of these papers. Hmm. Saw something that says the first man was red. Yeah, Adam. He may came from dirt. I'm trying to find something, Marvina. From this, this is the third thing that it says Jephthah, which would make sense because he was the people that traveled abroad. But I'm sure I saw something that says Shem. But Jephthah would make sense because he was the one that left and went all over the world. So let me see if I find anything else. Mm, see, this is saying they're from Shem. Hmm. Okay. All right, I'm gonna find it. Whew, who else is on? What are you guys doing for the rest of the day? My phone is dying. All right, one last one, and then I'm going to go. I'm excited about tonight. I'm going to try. I say it every night, child, every Friday. It never happens. Because I think I go to bed too late. If I go to bed at 5, 6, that's kind of late for me. I'm sleepy. I'm about to go take a nap. Marvina, this is saying Jephthah, but I know I saw something that says Shem, but Jephthah would make sense because that was the son who went out. Let me read Jephthah again. Jephthah Ura, God will enlarge, was Noah's third son, part of the family of A, who survived the great flood. Jephthah and Shem were both greatly blessed. Jephthah, Noah's blessing on Jephthah was far-reaching for his descendants, being the European Caucasian nations, and were mentioned in Genesis 10. The Japhethites were known for their intellectual activity. So 7 Japheth nations. Gomer, the Cimmerians settled north of the Black Sea, but afterwards descended probably occupied Germany, France, Spain, and the British Isles. Magog, the Scythians lived north of the Caspian Sea. Medea, the Mede, settlers south of the Caspian Sea. Javan, the Lyonnais, are the Greeks. Javan is the Greek word for Greece. Tubal, the Turks, live broad sea. So I'm gonna find it for you. I know I saw it somewhere. You know me when I'm trying to find something, I gotta find it. But I'm gonna run. I love y'all. Thank you for joining me. Oh, all right, I'm gonna be back later with on Bible Grow channel with January 5th. Remember, I'm trying to get a month done so that when that time comes around, I don't have to be rushing trying to get it done because I have books to write. Love y'all. Have a good day. Be sure to subscribe to Bible Girl. Bye, guys.